average, us Brits spend around 22 grand when buying a new car. But we wondered if it was possible to find a new car for less than half that price that was practical, well-designed, but was still fun to drive. So we've assembled these 6. All cost around 10 grand and all come with decent manufacturer warranties.
For most people, that is reason enough to get their checkbooks out instantly, or a more modern method of payment.
But if you're petrol heads like us two, you're gonna want more. Are there gonna be cars that we're gonna want to spend every single day in? I can't see it.
Try before you buy. Come on, let's get in this bad boy. It's clear Jason already has reservations, while I'm a bit more optimistic. So to find out if these cars are all just bargain basement plain Janes, or some are possibly fancy Nancy, we've lined up 3 challenges. Starting with a sort of quick test drive you might take at a dealership, because any car worth its salt should make a good impression in just a couple of minutes. Our mission is to eliminate at least 2 cars. We're kicking off with a quick loop in the VW Up. Prices for the Up start at £10,370, and for that you get a 60 horsepower 1 litre 3-cylinder engine that will deliver 54 mpg.
So this is like speed dating, isn't it?
And straight away I was in for a surprise.
I was expecting 10 grand cars to be tinny and rattly and nasty, and actually this is all right, isn't it?
It's really all right. Yeah, brakes are good, gearbox is good. The chassis of this car is lovely. It's hard to dislike it. Big up the Up. So the little VW kicks off our 10k challenge in fine style. Next for our brief test drive, the Toyota Aygo. Prices start at £9,700 and it manages slightly better fuel consumption than the Up at 57 mpg.
So my go at speed dating.
Your go at the Aygo. 998cc triple, just 1cc down on the VW Up. Same torque, 95 Newton meters. Woo!
It's all right. Steering's responsive, the brakes are good, it's comfortable, it's relatively quiet. I like it.
On to the next car. Moving on rapidly, our third car is the Fiat Panda. In this instance, we've been given the slightly more expensive Cross model. However, prices for the entry-level pop version, which comes with an identical engine, starts at £9,970.
I love Pandas.
What actual Panda?
Yeah, I think I love them.
But would we love the metal one as much as the furry type?
It's very noisy, isn't it?
It is quite loud.
There's a lot of suspension noise coming up.
The Panda may have a grown-up 4-cylinder 1.2 litre engine under the bonnet, but we weren't convinced it had long-term relationship potential.
Do you want to second date it?
It's more rough and ready than Up and Aygo.
On to the cheapest in our lineup, the Sandero by Dacia, who are part of the Renault Group.
So it's a 1 litre engine, 5 speeds, can't buy a 6-speed Dacia. So they use bits of older Renaults.
Oh, I can see it. It's everywhere. You can feel the difference in quality compared to the other ones. The steering's quite crashy. Every little bump it jolts. The seats are not giving me a great deal of support. It's noisy.
Oh dear. Next, it's time to hop into a budget offering from Korea.
Kia Picanto. £9,895.
Oh, that's a nice gear shift, that is.
Is it? What, like?
Yeah. This has a 7-year warranty. Some people just buy Kias because of that. Brake pedal's nice and tight, which I quite like.
It's all right, is it?
Yeah, it's good.
No way, is it really?
It's actually a really enjoyable car.
So on to the last car of our bunch, the all-new MG3.
1.5 engine, 4-pot, 108 mile an hour top speed.
It's substantially more nippy than the others by a good chunk.
Yeah. Significantly faster, significantly worse emissions. It's also the least fuel efficient of our group at 42 mpg, and surely that matters if you're on a tight budget.
Do you know what? It is all right, actually. It feels like it's more than a 10 grand car.
Yeah. At the end of our speed dating, most of these budget motors have been a pleasant surprise. The challenge is deciding which ones get a second date and which ones get dumped. I'm finding this quite taxing. Right, OK. We like the Aygo, we like the Up, we like the Picanto.
And agreed, that the Panda, because it's harsh as hell, that's got to go.
Which leads us on to Dacia MG.
This, for me, has to go next to Dacia.
What?
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I like the fact it's double cheap, but it's just, it's not in the same league. So I want to skip this.
I'd rather get rid of this than that because the engine's too big, it's not fuel efficient enough, it's a bit loud.
So why don't we just bin the pair of them?
You're so assertive. So it's down to 3.